Alam nyo, ang dami na namang katangahan, no, ng mga pinagagawa itong mga trolls, mga bayarang vlogger, no, ni Bangag. Kung ano-ano na mga fake news ang pinapakalat nila tungkol doon sa nag-viral nga na video ng isang UN ang tawag ito, human rights advocates, no, yung Hapon. At sinasabi nga na dapat itong CPRD sa edad ng 81 ay palayain na yan. Dapat daw inaano na ng ICC yan, no? Kasi nga ho, matanda na nga naman. At ang pinakakalat ngayon ng mga trolls, ng mga bayarang vloggers, ay AI daw yon, yung Hapon na nagsalita na yon. Hindi raw totoo yun. Ano raw pakialam ng Japan sa kay Digong? Bakit? Tropa pa sila? Yun ang mga yun ang mga nakikita ko mga post tsaka comments sa TikTok may video pa ako na sinasabi, mga didilis daw, naniwala naman doon sa kumakalat ang video na AI naman, na hindi naman talaga totoo na nasalita yung Haponin, kundi AI lang daw yun. Ngayon ho, mga kababayan, ito na nga ho. No, Siyempre, para patunayan talaga na hindi AI, gumawa ho ng paraan ng SMNI na makapanayam ho nila itong si Mr. Kinichi. Hindi ko sure yung kanyang pangalan, basta parang ganon. No, gumawa sila ng paraan, no, para ho patunayan talaga na hindi AI yon. At sinasabi nga ho ng mga kababayan natin, actually kahit kasi Attorney Panelo, yung abogado ni BP Sara, sinasabi na malaking tulong daw niya yung naging pahayag nung Hapon na yon, no, para mapalaya si Digong. Baka naman si Bangag ngangak-ngak, lalo na itong si Trinity, na siya talaga ang may kagustuhan na makulo si Digong. Siyempre, ang mga dilawan, si Diliba, kasi gusto nga ho talaga nila makaganti. Ang gusto talaga nila, mabulok na dyan sa ICC CPRRD. No, sabi nga, hanggang kamatayan dapat dyan daw, no? Dyan na raw mamatay si Digong, sabi nila. Actually, ano naman yun, tanggap na ng pamilya, tanggap na ng mga anak, no? Ni Bibi Sara, ni Mayor Baste, ni Kumpulo. Tanggap na nila yan, dyan na talaga maano si Tatay Digong. No? Pero siyempre, may paraan talaga, gumagawa ho ng paraan ang Panginoon. Basta naniniwala tayo na kasi nasa panig talaga ng katotohanan si Tatay Digong. Lahat ng mga ebidensya nila ay gawa-gawa, kagaya lamang ng ginagawa ng pag-impeach kay BP Sara na yung kanilang mga ebidensya wala ka substance. Kumbaga maangalap pa sila ng ebidensya. Kagaya rin nung nangyari kay Tatay Digong, di ba? No, nakakulong na si PRRD pero nakakalap pa sila ng ebidensya. So pare-pareho ang paraan nila, no? Ang importante sa kanila, makulong muna, makasuhan muna, pero wala pang ebidensya. Ganun ang gusto nila kaya itong mga kupal na yan, yung mga hinayupak na yan, mga kababayan, kakarmahin din ho yan. Hindi man ngayon, darating din ho yan. Malapit na kasi wala ho traffic sa kanilang karma. Ito na ho, no, itong Hapon na ito, no. Dahil nga sinikap talaga ng SMNI na makapanayam itong Hapon na ito para patunayan talaga na hindi AI generated. Yung video na kumalat at nag-viral talaga, nag-usap-usapan talaga yon doon sa kanyang naging pahayag tungkol kay former President Duterte. Meron pa nga akong nakitang post na ewan ko kung kasama yun sa sinabi ng Hapon na gusto nila kunin si PRD dalhin sa Japan at doon ipagamot. At marami daw mga Pilipino sa Japan na ayaw nang umuwi dahil nga sa nangyari hong kabulastugan, no, nakawan, kung ano-ano pang mga dito sa Pilipinas. Kahit nga sa ibang, hindi lang sa Japan, kahit sa ibang bansa, ganun sinasabi ng mga kababayan natin, ayaw na namin umuwi sa Pilipinas hanggat yan pa rin ang presidente. Wala namang ginagawa hindi naman natutulungan ang mga ordinaryong Pilipino. Puro nila sila impeachment. Nakakalimutan nila yung talagang totoong problema, totoong nangyayari sa bansa natin, yung korupsyon, yung pagmahal ng bilihin, yung pagtaas ng langis, di ba? Wala Nakapokus na sila sa tawag ito, pag-impeach kay VP Sara. Kasi yun talaga ang gusto niya mangyari, ma-impeach si Sara para sa 2028, wala na daw silang kalaban. Eh, marami pa namang Duterte na pwedeng tumakbo. Andiyan si Pulong, andiyan si Baste, di ba? Kung hindi man makatakbo yung dalawang magkapatid pa na yan, kung gawan nila ng kaso, eh, meron pang iba tayong mga pwedeng ilaban, di ba? Kaya wala silang magagawa. Sila kasi wala silang pambato, mga kababayan, sa totoo lang. Wala silang pambato kasi alam nila na malakas talaga si VP Sara eh. Kaya pilit nilang ginagawa ng paraan na itong si VP Sara ay ma-impeach. Kahit na ang kanilang mga ebidensya ay walang kasubstance-substance. Gaya na lamang ng pagpapakulong nila kay PRD dyan sa ICC, no, na talaga obvious na itong mga kupal na ano ng o mga judges dyan sa ICCA obvious na binayaran then di umano. Diba sabi nga ng 18 Marines, diba? Ang ginamit na pondo daw sa pera sa pag ano kay ano tatay di ko galing sa nakaw yung galing di umano sa pondo ng ano ng flood control. Yun naman talaga ang totoong problema eh. Kaya nga gusto nila talagang ma-impeach si Sara kasi once si Sara nakatakbo at nanalo, eh sigurado nang mananalo, eh may kalalagan talaga sila mga kababayan. Siguradong lahat sila ay makukulong. Yung mga kawatan ay makukulong talaga yan. Pero kung sakali man na hindi manalo si BP Sara, magtagumpay siya sa kanyang ginagawang yan, no, na pag-impeach kay BP Sara, eh may ano naman yan, may parusa naman sa kanilang langit, may parusa sa kanilang Panginoon. Napaparating na yan yung karma na tinatawag. Sabi nga ni BP Sara, ang gaba, dili magsaba. Alright? So ngayon mga kababayan, bago natin pagpatuloy itong video na papanoorin natin, ako ay humingi sa inyo ng suporta dito sa aking YouTube channel, Balita ni Kuya Rans TV. Paki-like naman subscribe and click the notification bell para lagi update sa mga video na in-upload ko. Ito na panoorin na natin to.
As a Japanese citizen, what motivated you to speak out on the case of former President Rodrigo Duterte? What was the tipping point, or what was the reason behind, sir? What motivated you?
Okay. As a human rights activist and a researcher, I also domestically, I'm helping a lot of foreigners living in Japan, right? Because I mean, now in France, okay? Now in France, living in France right now, if I'm staying in France, I have so many difficulties just because this is a foreign country to me, right? So, but there are many friends who are helping me, and I don't feel any threat here, and I'm staying here comfortably, even in Geneva, same things, because this is a part of the area in France, but France and Switzerland is next to each other, right? So takes about 20 minutes to go to the United Nations from here. Anyway, so I've been helping the people, many Filipino in Japan also, and Vietnamese or Sri Lankans, many other people across the world, and that's one of the reason. And some, women who got married with Japanese man and abused or became the victim of the domestic violence. So the people comes to me to talk and explain and asking to solve the problem. So I've been working for this about more than 10 years to help the foreigners in Japan out. So that's one of the things. And some of the Filipino who used to be the victim of the domestic violence brought my attention, and I start listening to your heart and their group of people, and then finally I decided to talk, because the President Duterte is really admired by the Filipino majority of the Filipino people, and this injustice, I cannot take this injustice of the person, and especially over 80 years old. He doesn't have a long time anymore, so we need to do something. That's my motivation that I start doing this.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what specific concerns that led you to raise this issue before the United Nations Human Rights Council? Many people have admired the points that you've raised in your recently concluded speech.
Yeah, because nobody else is defending other than the Filipino people. But this is not a domestic issue. This is a totally international issue, and this is a human rights issue. And as a human rights defender at the United Nations, first of all, if you want to bring some issues to the United Nations, at least you have to try to solve the problem within the country, right? This is the basic rule. And so that means, if you do everything within the country and even cannot solve the problem, then you are allowed to bring the issue to the United Nations. So this is a basic rule of the United Nations. So if you are not doing properly within that Filipino judicial system, then it is violating to use the international body like ICC or Interpol, United Nations. So I found this problem is not discussed within the Philippines and then directly brought it to the Interpol or ICC. So this is totally injustice, so which I cannot accept. That's the reason I brought it to the United Nations.
Sir, specifically, you've mentioned concerns about Philippine sovereignty in your speech
Yes.
at the UN. How exactly do you believe that the Philippine sovereignty was not upheld in the case of the former President Duterte?
First of all, here the Filipino domestic court didn't discuss anything, right? Nobody brought it to the court. So, but ICC is talking about Duterte. This is totally nonsense. You have to discuss or you have to, if you want to criminalize him, you have to bring it to the court first for evaluation or, to investigation. However, they didn't do it, and they just surrendered to ICC. So that means ICC is superior than Filipino sovereignty. This is wrong. Okay, so the matter or internal affair of the Philippines have to be decided by Filipino, not the ICC. Okay, so is the ICC is above your Supreme Court in Philippines? No, I don't think so. That's what I'm thinking.
Sir, a lot of people are asking if your speech recently at the United Nations Human Rights Council was an AI-generated video. They don't
Yes, am I AI?
Yeah, they don't believe that the speech existed, and they're calling it fake. Now,
Yeah.
what is your response to those allegations?
Well, maybe they think it won't happen, and they don't believe what is going on. But basic thing is that human rights is not the only regional thing, right? And okay, if they wants to believe that the AI, that's going to be okay because they don't understand what really going on the ground, and the human rights is not a joke. So we are taking it seriously, and if it is serious, we should not use the AI. So I'm just laughing, because there is no other choice for them to say AI, because maybe I'm the big obstacle for them to the people of the anti-totality group. So
Sir,
it's
how would you,
very amusing, very amusing. Yeah.
sir, how would you describe the support for the former president, especially Filipinos there in Japan, not only in Japan, in major countries in Asia, in US, in Europe, in all of those countries where there are Filipinos. The former president was really beloved by the Filipino community in anywhere of the globe.
Yeah. I have a very good impression when the President Duterte met our emperor in Japan, and he behaved very good, and Japanese people really appreciate it. Okay, and what he does, I found majority. Even I searched on the internet about the approval the rate of the Duterte is very overwhelmingly high compared to the current administration. So this is a public voice, or so I think I need to support. I thought I need to support the people in Philippines. That's what it is, and also many.
Alam niyo, ganyan talaga si Pangulong Duterte. Talagang marunong siyang makiano sa mga ibang leaders, no, nung panahon niya. No, basta siya hindi lang siya minamaliit. Oo, di ba? Nakita naman natin mga kababayan, kung paano siya nakisama sa ibang mga leaders ng bansa like Xi Jinping, di ba? Naging ah, ano pa sila, naging close friend pa sila. Yun na nga, nagregalo ng tulay yung Bukana Bridge, di ba? Ganyan kasi pag ang leader marunong makisama, hindi kagaya ng leader natin ngayon, na wala namang alam sa pakikisama. Di ba? Pag ganyan ang leader, kagaya ang sinasabi ni Sunichi Fujiki ng panahon daw na dumalaw yata si PRRD sa kanila, ang laki ang pinakitang respeto sa kanilang emperor, no? Kaya talagang hinangaan din si PRRD at kaya gano'n din ang respeto niya kay PRRD. Kaya hinangaan niya rin si PRRD. Basta bahala na kayo kung tama yung sinasabi ko. Alright, so ito, tuloy natin ito mga kababayan, itong panayam ni Sir MJ Mondial dito kay Sunichi Fujiki.
Filipinos living in Japan now saying that I fear to go back to Philippines, although I feel very bad, but it becomes very dangerous, and the people are killed in the street, and we cannot work in the night, work around the street on the night, while the President Duterte was in office. The people were very safe, and they could move freely. So this is a public voice. So I thought that we need to protect the Duterte and also entire Philippine people. That's the reason I did it.
So you've said in your speech at the UN Human Rights Council that the fate of the former President Duterte was all because of politics. How do you say so, sir?
Yes. Yes, that's all politics, because the current administration was the one who handed the President Duterte to the ICC. Means current administration authorized to arrest him and deport him or extradite him to ICC. That's what it is.
Sir, if your appeal to the ICC through the UN Human Rights Council will not be acted upon, what will be your next steps?
Actually, I was thinking to hold a kind of conference within the Japanese society, first of all, and to have kind of to support, or this is injustice. So not support the Duterte or not supporting the Duterte. It's nothing to do with the support, but this is injustice. So we have to counter with the injustice. So I was thinking to have a conference in Tokyo, or Congress building, gathering with the Filipino people, Filipino society, or group of people in Tokyo.
What is your message to the Filipino people that are
Message to the
watching,
Filipino people.
that is
Yeah.
watching closely the issues
Okay.
hounding the former president in the International Criminal Court?
Okay, so the people in the Philippines and Filipino society and abroad, please stay strong and unite each other, because your voice is most important things, and
Yes.
maybe we can change the narrative which was manipulated by certain power. So we need to stay strong, and I commit to do whatever I can do for you, your people. The reason is because Prime Minister Abe, who were assassinated, unfortunately, but he's the only one who was invited to Mr. Duterte, President Duterte's home as a friend, right? So this is one of the reasons that I admire President Duterte. And now he's in a very bad shape, in a very bad health condition. So we really need to get him out of the jail, and he doesn't deserve to be in the jail. He deserves to be back to Philippines to get the medication, or preferably I want to take to Japan.
Yun, di ba? Gusto niya na madala si Duterte sa Japan para doon ipagamot. Ayan, napakaganda na sinabi nito ni Shinichi Fujiki. Hindi ito AI ha, totoo ito. Ha? Baka mamaya sabihin na naman ng mga trolls naku, gawa-gawa lang yan, pati yan si MJ, trolls din yan. Ito, napakaganda na sinabi niya, no? At napagkakaintindi ko, isa rin siya sa mga naimbitahan noon ni Pangulong Duterte sa bahay niya. Totoo. Tama ba? Pagkakaintindi ko, pasensya na kayo, hindi naman ako ganun kagaling mag-English eh. Pilit ko lang iniintindi yung sinasabi niya. Yun ang pagkakaintindi ko. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comment lang kayo dyan ha. Sana nga ho talaga makatulong itong si Mr. Shinichi Fujiki, no, sa mapalaya si Tatay Digong. Sana marami hong mga kagaya niya na mga na magbigay rin ng kanilang komento, no, yung mga human rights advocates sa ibang lahi, kasi pag dito tayo umasa, wala ho talaga tayong maasahan dyan. Sana may ibang mga lahi rin na human rights advocates na magbigay ng komento, no, at sana ganun din sa kanyang opinion, no, na dapat talaga palayain si Pangulong Duterte, balik na sa Pilipinas, or dalhin sa Japan at doon ipagamot nga ho. Yun ang sinabi nito si Mr. Shinichi Fujiki. Buti pa nga ho, ibang lahi, no, may malasakit talaga kay Tatay Digong. Hindi kagaya ng ating sa bagay. Ayaw nila talaga kay Digong kasi nga ho, balakid sa lalamunan nila. At gusto talaga nila makaganti kay Digong. Pero yung mga gustong gumanti kay Digong, wala namang kasalanan si Digong. Sila lang kumuha ng kasalanan. Kaya sila rin yung kakarma yung balang araw.
To get the medication in Japan so that he will be safe. That's my take, and that's a message to the Filipino people.
With that, sir, thank you so much for your time, and God bless.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay. So ayan, no, narinig natin, no, si Mr. Shinichi, no, sa kanyang naging panayam, no, from MJ Mondejar ng SMNI. At salamat din siyempre sa SMNI. Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, napakalaking tulong ko talaga nito SMNI sa ating mga kasi hindi sila bias, para patunayan na hindi talaga AI itong si Mr. Shinichi, yung viral na video kahapon, sikap talaga nila na makapanayam ito si Mr. Shinichi para patunayan talaga na hindi AI, hindi trolls, kundi totoo talaga. Kaya hindi kagaya ng pinapakalat ng mga viral vloggers, ng mga trolls na ano daw yun, fake videos yan yun, AI yan yun, yun mga sinasabi nila eh. Nagkalat nga ho yung mga komento nila dyan tungkol dyan sa video na yan. Pero ayun na nga ho, pinahiya sila ng video ito. Okay, palalangin lang ho natin mga kababayan. Sana ho, yung mga nangyayari ngayon, malagpasan talaga ni Tatay Digo, makauwi si Tatay Digo sa Pilipinas at muli niya makapili ang kanyang pamilya. No? Wala akong imposible sa Panginoon. No? Wala akong imposible sa Kanya. Talagang kapag marami nga, sabi nga, pag marami ang nananalangin, ipagkakaloob ho yan ng Panginoon. Kaya ho, kapit lang ho tayo mga kababayan, huwag tayo bibitaw. Tuloy-tuloy ang suporta natin sa mga Duterte at syempre si VP Sara din ho, na ipanalangin din ho natin na hindi magtagumpay ang mga demonyo. Ang mga kampon Satanas kasi ho, talaga itong mga kampon Satanas gustong-gusto talaga nilang ma-eliminate si VP Sara, mapatalsik sa pagka-vice presidente, makulong para sa 2028 wala silang makalaban na malakas kasi sigurado talaga, sure win ho talaga si VP Sara sa 2028. At kung napanood nyo yung naging pahayag ni Atty. Torion, talagang sisikapin din ho nila na ano na ho yung panukala na maging manual counting ho ang mangyaring election sa 2028 para hindi na magawa nila ng magic ang mga boto. Kagaya ng nagdaang eleksyon na bigla na lang nag-iba ang boto o ay yung counting ng yung kagaya na kay Senator Bato, kay Bongo na nabawasan. Okay, salamat po sa lahat mga kababayan. Ako muli humingi sa inyo ng suporta dito sa aking YouTube channel, Balita ni Kuya Rans TV. Hanggang sa muli, ingat po tayo. God bless. Bye-bye.